What if a 100-year-old shipping law was silently raising prices for millions of Americans, including every single person in Puerto Rico? In this video, we'll break down the true story of the Jones Act, a law from 1920 that still controls how goods move between U.S. ports. We'll start with Puerto Rico and show how this law affects the economy, everyday prices, and why it's nearly impossible to fix. By the end, you'll see why a law meant to protect the U.S. might be hurting it instead, and why it matters to every American, not just island territories. Why does it cost more to ship from Florida to Puerto Rico than from Florida to Europe? The Jones Act, passed in 1920, is part of the Merchant Player Act. It says that any goods transported between U.S. ports must be carried on ships that are built in the U.S., owned by U.S. companies, operated by U.S. crews, registered under the U.S. flag. This means a ship from Europe or Asia can't drop off cargo in Puerto Rico and move on to Miami. It also means Puerto Rico can receive goods from the U.S. unless it's on a U.S.-built and staffed vessel, often more expensive. Why are eggs, milk, and even cars more expensive in Puerto Rico? Because of the Jones Act, Puerto Rico must rely on U.S. shipping companies, even when cheaper foreign ships are nearby. This raises the cost of almost everything, from food and medicine to building materials. A 2019 study estimated Puerto Rican consumers pay $1.5 billion more annually because of it. Puerto Ricans, already struggling with poverty and storm recovery, pay up to double for some goods, just to follow a law written over a century ago. What do Hawaii, Guam, and Alaska all have in common? All of them are affected by the Jones Act. These places are either islands or separated from the U.S. mainland. Like Puerto Rico, they can't use cheaper international ships to receive goods. This makes life more expensive and vulnerable. When Zagulos strike, relief often gets delayed or costs skyrocket. In 2017, the U.S. had to waive the Jones Act temporarily after Hurricane Maria hit Puerto Rico, just so aid could arrive faster and cheaper. So if it causes so many problems, why was the Jones Act even passed? After World War I, the U.S. realized it lacked a strong shipping industry. The goal of the Jones Act was to ensure national security by building a reliable American fleet for both commerce and military use. It made sense back then. But today, only about 90 ships meet Jones Act standards, and building ships in the U.S. can cost 4 to 5 times more than building them abroad. Why hasn't this law been changed in over 100 years? The U.S. shipping lobby is powerful. Major unions and shipbuilding companies want the Jones Act to stay. They say it protects American jobs and security. On the other side, economists and lawmakers from island states and territories call it outdated and harmful. Congress debates it, but no one wants to touch it. Changing the law would mean challenging money, jobs, and national defense all at once. What's the real price of protecting U.S. shipping? The Jones Act costs U.S. territories billions. It makes disaster relief slower. It keeps foreign competition out, even when it could save lives. A law meant to protect America's economy is quietly hurting the people who need help the most. And unless something changes, Puerto Rico and others will keep paying for it. So the next time you see a croissant in Puerto Rico cost $6, you'll know why.